go. Big sigh there, just a big sigh. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Oh my goodness. I'm you know what? It's only 10, not even 10:30, and I'm just like, I could crawl back into bed. I am feeling so tired still, and I have no reason to feel tired. So, after this, I'm getting out. I'm going to take the dog for a walk or do some movements because I got to just move this energy through me because it's really it's I feel like it's just weighing me down, baby, weighing me down. So a few things. Good morning, Charlene. Good morning, Erica. Good morning, Lexi. So a few things this morning. What have I been doing? I've been playing with AI. That's what I've been doing. I've been playing with AI. Maybe that's why I'm exhausted. I've been playing with this energy. It is absolutely phenomenal what AI can do, and I'm utilizing it because some of the shit that it can do, like I've just been doing chat, the chat GPT today. And what I did, because sometimes I get sometimes I get thoughts in my head. I don't know about you. I get thoughts. And I can't write them down fast enough as they're coming through. So this morning so what I did is that I started talking into my phone and tech and to email myself on what it was that I was processing and the energies that were coming in. So I did that, but then there was no punctuation, there was no nothing. So I went, let me figure out what chat can do for me. And so I copied and pasted what I spoke into my phone, sent to myself from my email, cut and pasted it, put it into Chat GPT and asked them to clean it up. And this is great. And I got to find it though. There's an app where I've been trying to do like little movies and stuff like that, like things, YouTube things. And you can take all your movies or the things that you filmed on your phone, and there's another app that you can put it in. And what it would do, it would edit it for you and do the editing for you. For somebody who is a projector, who gets exhausted working, I'm just like, yeah, I'm fucking using that. So, and I just saw it the other day on it, and I thought, okay, that is something I can utilize, and it's using your stuff, what you put in there, and then editing it, making it look good. Because I put up a video that we did on Sunday, and I was just like, oh my god, you got to clip here, you got to cut here, you got to put this. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, that's just no. Um, and it's hours of work that you have to do. But and the thing is, like, even though after it's edited, you still will have the original. So if there's something there that you don't like, you could go back and say, on this section with the house, I want it to look like this, or I want this. So I don't know. There's some things with I love it. Other things with AI, it scares the freaking hell out of me with some of the shit that's coming out. But anyways, I digress. I digress. What else is new? So one of the things what I wrote, come on, go up there for me, is a lot to do with this moon in Leo. Now, I had my astrology class last night, and I asked them to go and, how does this moon in Leo feel? What is this, what is the energy that you're picking up from it, etc. So I sort of did a little bit deeper dive on it. And because the moon in Leo, and what Leo's all, it's like all about the heart, right? Even though, and Leo also rules the muscles of the back, the spinal cord, the sheets of the nerves, so the overlining of the nerves, and also even the forearms with Gemini, because Gemini rules that also, and the aortal system, which it rules with Sagittarius. Now, the heart with all of these energies and the moon making its connection right now with Pluto, with Mercury, with Mars, and Neptune. And then today it's squaring Venus. You know, you and you're going to trying with, there's a trine with Mercury and Jupiter as well. So as it's being moving in and moving into with this Virgo energy, it's also coming into the first quarter moon, right? On Wednesday, that's tomorrow. So before the moon moves into Virgo, and it's going to do and it's going to do that at 4:47 Pacific time AM from Leo tomorrow, Wednesday. The first quarter after the first quarter moon. No, the first quarter moon is at 4:47 AM and in Leo. So and then it's going to go into Virgo. Let me get my thoughts right here, even though I rewrote this. So the first quarter moon, which will also, it feels like a powerful checkpoint, kind of like our personal inventory on where you were between the moons being new and going into the full moon. And being the first quarter square and with the week with the moon that we are entering into, we are now remembering the new moon last week was all about laying a foundation. And now this is about building the momentum on that foundation that you laid with the new moon. So this is this pertains, of course, to your body, your health, your nutrition, and your physical body movement. And with your intentions and beings to take action, being Leo. And it's actually the element of the first quarter moon this week. And so it's the metabolism, and that is the muscular and cardiovascular system. And all of these are ruled by parts of Leo. We still have Mercury in Aries, and of course Mars in Aries. So this is a great metabolizer. And I kept getting that a lot. And I'm assuming that, well, we all survived. I'm assuming we all survived this weekend and the craziness of the weekend, right? And and I am wishing you all a beautiful Mother's Day. I hope you all had a very loving Mother's Day as well. But this energy that's coming in too is like, we got to, many got to see the aurora borealis in person. Many people stayed up. I did not. I was sleeping. I saw lots of beautiful pictures. And so there's so much change and conjunctions and so much change. And it all has a purpose. There's a purpose with all of this. And with the moon in Leo, and there is this focus with the heart and the heart energy. So like the physical heart. And I don't know about, I don't know about you, but when things are being disrupted as seriously in deep levels, especially right now, and we've got the moon opposing Pluto, that from my heart, it just feels like there's like vice grips can go into my heart. It's almost like an emotional trigger. Very much what I get when the moon and Mercury Gazini, it's kind of like, it's almost like a punch. It's like, ugh, I could feel it, but it's deep levels. And especially right now. And especially with this moon opposing Pluto. So I feel like there's, knowing that it's an emotional trigger, it's not necessarily a physical imbalance that's causing, although they can be heart palpitations during this moon and during this first week. So if you are receiving those, just to really monitor yourself, right? On how you are feeling. And there can be irritability, heartaches, and heart palpitations with this. There's also where people can get an increase where they're this is going to sound disgusting, but the bowels go like you are just shedding a lot coming out you, just saying. And you might be wondering, oh my god, this isn't normal for me, but your body is just going through a lot of frequencies and a lot of new codes that are coming in. And with these new codes that are coming in, so you might be getting sort of a double whammy with everything. And with this energetically metabolizing, with this so much energy, we are having to absorb and assimilate of the codes and the frequencies and everything that's been coming through with the amount of solar activity, geomagnetic activity, physically, how we digest that and absorb it and metabolize it. That's why sometimes it can be so much that we are just wishing it out. Just wish it out, girls. Just wish it out, and boys. So if you are craving, if you feel like you are more hungry, if you're craving certain foods, this is why. It's because you are metabolizing all of this and you know a lot of the past. So this is a lot that's coming through. So you can also say right now you are alchemizing, and you're transmuting. So you're alchemizing these frequencies and the codes within, and this includes the information that is within your body and within your DNA. And all of this you are transforming with all of the energies that is coming in and all of the work that you're doing. So we are now all, we are now impactful this year is when it comes to the karmic and ancestral clearing. So we're doing a lot of releasing of the past. We're releasing a lot of karmic energies, karmic ties, and we know how impactful this year has been so far. And this is only May. It's only May. And as we go through, so we're releasing a lot, and this is getting for us to have a constant metabolic state of needing to metabolize and alchemize the energy and the emotions right now. So this is a lot for our body to be processing. And that's why, looking at the types of foods and the things that you are consuming and the emotions that are coming in. And the moon being in Leo, it's very emotional, very passion. And with the square to Venus, I can feel this kind of internal conflict with this that emphasizes on feeling secure. And I feel like there's a conflict between, especially too, with the moon squaring over to Mercury, and the mind going in one direction and a feeling of another. So your mind might be going over here, and then you're feeling, no, that doesn't, I shouldn't be doing that. So there's a duality, a polarity, and now having a creative outlet. So it's very important to have some sort of creative outlet to let it go, especially with the fire energy. Fire energy has to move. If the people who are fire energy and they are not moving, they will gain weight, and they will gain weight faster than others because they're fire. They have to move. Same with air signs. If air sign does not move, if they're not moving in some way, in some capacity, and even if they, I find it funny because even if they sat down for, like, let's say, let's go for a week, and they decide, oh, I'm not going to do anything, I'm going to just sit around, and they don't even have to eat a lot, the fire and the air energy, they could easily, because their body isn't moving or metabolizing that energy, they can gain weight so easily, so easily. So you have to really be aware of that with those energies. So this is following your body's intuition, your gut intuition, and things with these things. And sometimes we just need to remember everything is energy. And sometimes we need a particular frequency that is within a particular thing. It doesn't mean, how the whole, it doesn't mean that you have to have the whole thing, but maybe there's a part of it, that you can eat, or something that you can have, and that you can stock up on. So you have to really begin to listen to your body and your intuition on what it is needing now. And that Leo energy loves to have the kind of things that we know that are decadent. They have to have a decadent flair. Sorry about the dog. And color is really important. Leos love color. They love things that look nice. So it has to be a pleasing thing. So to represent because it's Leo. And even though it's the moon, Leo's right, with the connection with the sun, and just with the heart aspect of food. So looking at the things of what that corresponds with. So when we look at Leo, it's about orange, yellow, red, and then with the heart chakra, it's green. So green, comes in. So there's two things: the heart center and also the green foods are also associated with the moon foods. So you get, two birds with one stone, like with the foods. So bringing in lots of fruits, lots of vegetables with this energy, and you can also, because there's so much to metabolize right now, and knowing that you're metabolizing things quickly, that you want to have and carry good snacks. I would say, if you would, there's seaweed snacks would be absolutely awesome, because the seaweed snacks, and they're crispy and get them flavored. And if Mateus will eat it, I know anybody will eat it, because he's a very, very picky eater. But they're crunchy and they're good, and they're filled with calcium. They're filled with iron. They're loaded with a lot of amino acids, and all they're loaded with goodness. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, they're just loaded with lots of goodness there. So um coming in and having anything to do with uh seaweed, crispy seaweed. So carry those snacks. Now, Aries, the thing, that the connection of all the fire that you're going to be burning through is to making sure that you are staying hydrated right now. And you're stopping if your body is telling you to stop and eat, stop and eat. If your body's saying, I need this right now, and you might be saying, no, no, I got to continue on, I got to do all this stuff, but your body's telling you it needs that nutrients. You might find that you get, if you're not listening, then you are getting anxiety, your head is light, you get dizzy spells, you just start to get shaky and sweaty. So really listen to your body right now. And you may want to have smaller, lighter meals, especially, because it's like, well, supposedly it's spring right now, but I think right now Canada has like a couple seasons, and it's like winter and then fire. So anyways, so spring, but it's spring, and summer's just around the corner. Summer's just around the corner. So it is, you know, it is nearly summer, so we have a tendency to move towards lighter foods and maybe eating smaller and lighter. Now, the thing is with the cardio, and when the moon makes a trine over to Neptune, which figure uh, is unnatural. Neptune does not like to exercise unless you're in the water, unless you're floating in water, you're doing something that has to do with water, then Neptune's happy. But otherwise, if you're going out there to do any physical energy and sweating, no. So, this energy, you got to focus on the foods and the eating patterns to your body and your cues, and making sure that you're getting enough nutrients. Because if you don't, you're it's going to feel like your energy is just quickening and things, and you're not getting the nourishment and everything else that I was explaining before. So to eat whatever and then go again, we are really learning our individual timing right now, you know and I feel like it's that we can all attest to. Time is very wonky right now. Time is like all over the place. So honoring, the timing of when you're eating, where you might have been eating at a certain time and now you don't, it's earlier or later, and things like that. And following your gut intuition. The mind is going to be a little bit all over the place, um and going in several directions, but there's definitely clarity, and allowing, and the sun, your honest conjunction, kind of shaking up things. So there's things that are going to be shaking up. You're going to be feeling things shaking up. There is a connection here. And this is going to be, it'll help shake off some of the dust, or clear away some of the fog that's coming in. or that you've been feeling. So things are shaking off, things are moving. And Pluto in the regeneration and rebirthing. And I feel like part, even though I know it's going to be, Pluto in Aquarius for 20 years, but there's so much deep shadow work that now it's this process. So the rebirthing process is something new, but of course it's going to take time because every single little piece is being reborn. To speak of yourself, of the sensitivities that are coming in. There's a lot of, your body's being sensitive, other things that you might be more sensitive to than you were before. And this is bringing in a greater capacity, and with the moon in Leo, it's very beautiful connection for us all, and having that connection for us all. So there is so much here that's coming in. My blood pressure has been stupid high. You're not the only one, Lexi. There's been quite a few people. Hi, Derek. How are you? Mama Gona, how are you doing? I sure did. I had brought my beautiful mom a card. Nice. And she loved it. And then we went to church. Ha! Great. Mama loves it when you go to church with her. But it's that sensitivity of the energies that are coming forth right now are so important to listen to your body and having those sensitivities. So I know I had to sort of read that through, but there was just, as I said, like, this is energies coming through. I can feel the energies coming through, and I can feel, even though I'm like tired, but it's like it's almost where I have to get out and move. I have to get out. I have to get outside. That's what I have to do, and have that connection, and do that connection. Plus, oh, the other thing, I guess, you know what? You don't realize how much you've done until you sort of sit down. So it's not only the download that I had this morning, I also wrote out and got information for my astrology students. So I rewrote information on all of the planets and the ascendant and things like that. So I wrote out all the information there, and I got a paper for I got anyways, I did that this morning. So I did a few things this morning. I've been busy. I just haven't been looking pretty all day. I was doing some work with all of this. So it's like, what do you feel to eat today? What do you feel to ingest today? Right? And with the anxiety too. The other thing too. Now, Lexi, I think, Lexi, you're close to my age. So there's a lovely thing that happens when you get closer to my lovely decade. My lovely decade, what I have learned and have been learning from others who've entered into this decade. This decade is a wallop of a one. Like, it is one of huge transformations, because it's not only that you've started into your second Saturn return, which comes in around 57 to 60. So you're going through all of those changes during that time with that second Saturn return, but you're also metabolically changing. Your whole system is starting to change in the types of foods that you eat, how you ingest the energies, the type of energies that you are wanting to be around, where there might have been a time where, yeah, I could handle this energy, or I could be around this, and now it's just like, you know what? I can't. It's too much for me. It's too much for me. So your body is changing. Now, that's happening on a very natural um energetic level, but we're also coming into an alchemizing. So your body's changing naturally, right? Going through the whole changes of menopause and everything else that comes in with it. But there's also the alchemizing energy that's coming down through us. So it's like there's this is what it is. It's like, here's our body, here's the energy coming up, and with all the changes, so it's causing disruptions within us. Things that could be happening for my lovely women could be not only your metabolism, um how many things flushing through you, the anxiety or nervous or just feeling irritations, headaches, watching your eyesight, high blood pressure too, because there's a lot of things building um, at this time as well. So there's a lot when it comes to our metabolical energy is going through huge transformation and changes. But the consciousness of the Christ consciousness of energies that are coming through, even from the electrical solar flares. And plus, we're going to be going through more solar flares after the 15th. So the 15th is going to be bringing in, which is tomorrow, more of those solar flare activities. Some of you may be feeling it beforehand because of your high sensitivity. So honoring yourself with that high sensitivity, right? I made toast, homemade bread with onions and farm fresh eggs. Ooh, nice. And you're squeezing some blood oranges. That's nice. Yeah. So eating, the thing is eating what you are feeling guided to eat, and making sure that you're moving. Making sure that you're moving. Because that's the whole thing. It's like um for and plus there's so much, like 4 planets in Taurus right now. So Taurus energy is very heavy. You got this heaviness of feeling, right, with this Taurus energy. Then the moon has gone into Leo, and there's like, okay, we got to move, we got to do this. We want to have this movement of energies, and then it's squaring over to the first quarter square over to the sun tomorrow. So we're building up to that. So it is. I mean, it's, if you're needing to ask for help, asking God to help you through this, definitely. Asking your higher self, your angels, to come through and um to help you through all of this. And you might be feeling like with the heaviness, that you're either tired or you feel hopeless, but knowing, giving it up to the Holy Spirit and asking for inner peace and a miracle is going to be very, very important at this time. And you might be feeling like you're at the end of your rope with a lot, because of all, it's like, it's like the image I get, it's your last straw. You got to go grocery shopping. You got the kids in the car, and you're like, fuck it, I got to get the milk. 'Cause if I don't have the milk, the kids can't have their cereal, or I can't do whatever it is I need to do. But I need to stop, and I need to get the milk. I need to get this stuff. You got 4 kids that are just like, freaking out, and you're at wit's end. You're just like, along with them. So this is where it's like allowing some way of allowing that energy out, you know? Um, what what would do sometimes, besides drop them off at my mother's, because Zellers used to be straight across the street from my mom, but we would go to a park or something before I would take them shopping, and let them run around. We would go down, like, I was privileged to be by the beach. So we would go to the beach, and they could run around and play in the beach. And yes, they would have sand in their hair. And yes, sometimes somebody would go in the water, but fuck it. That's the way we went into Zellers. That's the way we went into the store, sandy, dirty kids, here we come, kind of thing. But sometimes that's what we have to do. We have to get that extra energy out. Maybe it's going for that walk. Maybe it's having that, where we just have to reconnect in some way, and watching the foods. So, the foods are red, yellow, orange, and green kind of foods. I feel like are going to be the enhancing foods for people to ingest. So if you are wanting to join me for level 1 Reiki, I'm doing that on May 25th and 26th. I have 2 spots left. It's $150 for that weekend. You will get a certificate. The certificate's going to be coming to you through your email. So if you're wanting to get your level 1 Reiki. Okay. So level 1 Reiki is just the beginning connections. Level 2, which I will be teaching as well. Level 2 is getting the symbols, being able to utilize the symbols more, and also you are then the practitioner. You can go and practice and earn money with it if you wish. With level 2, with level 1, it's mainly for yourself and family. That's what level 1 is for. And years ago, when Dr. Yusuri was bringing it and had Reiki hospitals all through Japan, if somebody was going home after their hospital visit, there would be somebody in the family, one person in the family would get their level 1, because level 1 was for family and self. And that person who would get the level 1 would be just doing energy healing on the person that came home from the hospital and working on that person from the hospital. So cool. Man, got to start doing that again. So, so sending you guys out so much love. So may the Lord Almighty watch over and bless each and every one of you and all that you do. Let me know if you want to do the Reiki, want a reading, have a blessed one, and we will talk to you all tomorrow. Have a great one, everyone. And blessed be.